Well, hello, John Payne, RockyMountainBackpacking.com. Today is 17th of December, and I'm back out in the Lost Creek Wilderness. Just going to do a day hike, make some tea or something. So, it's almost 60 degrees, and I think it's about 8,500 feet here. So, uh, the sun, the sun is bright, and the sky is eggshell blue. There's a little bit of snow in patches in the shade, but for the most part it is super nice out here. Even the birds are happy today, so let's go for a walk. Okay, I've been walking for about an hour, and I think I found a pretty good place to stop and build a little fire, maybe cook some tea. You can see here there's a little fire pit, little fire ring. These are pretty common anywhere there's a trail. This is probably a pretty good place to pitch a tent in the summer, and it's very pretty and quiet here. So I'm gonna go get the fixings for our fire, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so I'm starting to build the fire up here, and what I want to show you is that this fire pit is full of snow. So I put a couple of bigger sticks as cross beams, and then built a platform of dried aspen wood. And then on top of that platform, I've got this dead pine needles that were up off the ground, so they weren't in the snow. They're pretty dry. They even have some sap on them, so that should be good. And then some small aspen twigs and pine twigs in there. And then over here, I've got some more pine twigs. And this is a big ball of pine resin. It's going to go like a candle for me. And here is some small dead aspen I can break up pretty quickly to put on it. And I'm just going to get out my ferro rod and see if I can do any damage here. So, back in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to use some of my prepared tinder, which is wax dipped jute strings. It's just jute twine that I dipped in some candle wax. You know, you can buy a bag of like 100 little tea light candles, and they melt real easy. Double boiler, you don't want to scorch the bottom of a pan. And then what I'm going to do with this is untangle the ends, and then each string untwist to loosen out the individual little fibers. And I'm just going to do the top inch or two of the string. Once the top inch or two of the string catches, the rest will burn just like a little candle. And after playing with these a few times, this is the way I like doing it now. I'm going to try to get this going to catch a flame on that ball of resin that I collected, and then once that ball of resin is burning, I'm going to pick up this whole piece of bark with the resin on it and put it underneath my fire set over there. So if this dies in the middle of this and I post it and it has a weird ending, battery's low. Okay, so as the frayed end, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the frayed end near the pine pitch. I've got my ferro rod here, and a little Gerber curve that the back of it is actually good for striking sparks. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I'll give it a whirl. Okay, that's going. Now if we can get that. And so there you go. We got a good start on the fire. Alright, I'm going to build this up and get some water going for tea. Come around this way. My bottle. Looks like it's all ready to boil already. Very good. Hey, bandana. Grab the bandana. Oops, bottle. Okay. Hot water is a lovely thing. That aside for now. Make myself a stir stick. Ding. Okay. Ooh, sweet. Put plenty of sugar. Just gonna get my cookies out of my pouch and I'll be in business. I guess I have a couple of thoughts about today. Number one is I might have underguessed on the footwear. I'm wearing one pair of thin nylon hiking socks that I normally wear with my normal summer light hikers. It's not terrible because the temperature's nice and warm, but my feet are a little wet. If it was much colder, I'd be pretty uncomfortable. So now, of course, I do in my pack have a pair of wool socks, so if I got in trouble for whatever reason, I could totally change into dry wool socks. Not that dumb. Saw a lot of deer and elk track coming up here. And of course, it's the middle of the day, so they'll all be bedded down in their day beds. And frankly, it's so warm today, it wouldn't surprise me a bit if the elk had headed for higher ground when it started warming up. When they got their winter coats on, they like to keep cool. Yeah, so I wouldn't expect to see any today. But with the snow, it's fun. Lots of tracks. Also rabbit, squirrel, even some little mouse tracks. So that's kind of fun. The woods I'm in here are mostly aspen and pine. As you can see, they burn hot but quick. But if you were caught out overnight in this kind of forest, you really need to collect wood until you're good and tired, then look at that pile and collect twice as much.